This is just Hollywood magic, all right? You don't really need to know what I think. We're putting on a show here. I'm here to entertain, and I don't... Sight unseen, it's Alliance. It's actually Nigma.
Okay,
No.
I heard that there. I did hear that there. I'm pretty sure with that, we are ready to get this one underway. You've heard it from the analysts, who they think is going to be able to come out on top, and also you heard it from the odds on AGB.com. But let's actually hear it from our lovely casters, Fogged and OD.
Thank you very much, Rich, and I'm very much looking forward to this one. We had an excellent game one between Alliance and Nigma, and let's hope that game two can be, if anything, just as close to the amount of action that we saw. We're seeing this approach this time around. Alliance, they're saying we're going to go with this big carry morph. Nigma, looks like they sort of want to run them over. This Beastmaster, Drow, Bat, run at you lineup. It looks kind of scary for the morph. Can Alliance keep this morphling safe?
30 seconds.
They do at least have some ways to protect him. Double ways even, right? Shadow Demon and Abaddon, both these heroes to try to hold him and protect him. So I'm glad that they're actually going to make the Abaddon a core, which makes it a lot harder for him to be the save. So now FNG is going to have to, but I think they had to do this because I feel like if you had Abaddon and SD as your two supports, I don't know how you make any plays on the map. So I feel like having Houndskin, at least on Tiny, they can make moves and try to do some stuff. And it's pretty interesting to see. Wait, is that an Abaddon mid?
It looks like it's going to be in the mid.
I guess he was trying to play versus the Bat Rider, but that's now going to be Miracle mid. So it's going to be a Drow versus an Abaddon, which sounds pretty damn good for Drow.
Well, just free farm for Miracle in the mid lane then?
Free farm and free extra levels.
Yep.
Now he's on the dual lane. I mean, that actually sounds like the most ideal situation that could have happened for Nigma.
I mean, to the point where Alliance could try and switch it up again, or do they just sort of accept this? And I mean, it's Limp playing it, so as you say, maybe going to be hard for them to really adjust. They may just have to stick with this.
I don't think Limp's going to be very happy. He's probably like, oh my god, I'm versus Drow. I mean, this should be very good for a Miracle.
Yeah, this is really exciting to see. I mean, so, you know, some of the fans as well of Nigma, you know, they like seeing it. They like seeing Miracle back to mid. They're going to get this game on the Drow.
Yep, and I feel like you mentioned, it's all about Nigma this game trying to run the game over. I think this is them going to try to end or have like a huge lead going into like the 20-25 minute mark. Maybe you go for Roche, go for Roche control, go for map dominance, and just shut down this Morphling and Shadow Demon duo from being able to actually take it to the later stage of the game. All about that early aggression.
No, and also some sort of sticky, icky lane up here at the top between the napalm and the poison between the two of them.
And I bet you that they also were like, oh, Nikobaby was like, oh, nice, I'm versus like a Beastmaster up here, you know, with the Shadow Demon behind me, not so bad. Now it's a Morphling versus the Bat Rider, which is not so fun, especially not in the first few levels. You get pressured a lot, especially if they're able to double the creep wave, which they did right off the bat. Our man already level 2, FNG getting ran down.
Oh, and the Cox as well. That's going to hold him in, but we are to come flying over. First blood for Wheat.
And Nikobaby too. Look at this. It's a double creep wave. They fully doubled it up. So he's also going to get pressured super hard here. Forced to waveform away. And they're just going to stick on him. Just make his life miserable for the time being. He's going to have to farm some cogs under the tower here, but missing last hits. And still so many sticky stacks on him. No stick.
Stick's on the way out.
He's got it now.
There it is. Comes out now, but already feeling the heat of these two. We are an RMN.
Limp's actually doing pretty well mid. At least on the last hit department.
Yeah, he is actually, yeah.
Getting heavily pressured though. Miracle's actually looking to just go for kills, it looks like. Unable to this time.
It's in that bottom. I mean, how do you sort of imagine this lane to sort of play out? We saw in first game S4 have a very good start on the off lane. This time around, can he sort of take over in the same way, or does Mind Control care not too much about the spam?
I prefer to be the Beastmaster in this situation, but they can get kills. This is a lane where both sides can get kills constantly. GH, he's going to be the one to go down this time. Once they start getting more levels, that Skywrath plus Beastmaster becomes more threatening. But at the early game, Tiny is really just king. Tiny Veno, you can just, easy kills if they do is go for the Gale skill, even without it. Our men found on the side here. Nikobaby might be able to pick himself up a kill. Oh, just not able to. All right. Get a nice little side pull there down bottom, Alliance. Nice, some experience from that Beastmaster. S4 has his stick already finished up, so that pressure that's going to be coming out from Skywrath not nearly as threatening. Mind Control should still farm just fine down there, though.
And on this, the mid Abaddon.
He's got to be a little careful. Miracle has to keep using like all of his mana though.
He has got a mango.
Yeah.
And that
Might go for the kill, maybe?
be the opportunity for it. As
3, 4. Ooh, just gets the mana.
Yeah, Lim's going to have to play it safe though. He's got a Salve Mango on his way out, but still empty bottle. 4-minute rune is going to be very important, but already we have the Sky moving over towards the bottom power rune. Top lane, RMN getting turned upon. Nikobaby trying for the kill, but has to be careful with the ban on top of him. Nikobaby, it's a lot of sticky napalm stacks on him, and it's enough for Weehart to get that kill.
All about aggression. That's what Nigma's going to be all about this game in the early. Just try to put pressure. Lim should be okay.
He's got the shield.
Yeah.
Oh, I say that, he didn't actually quite have the mana for it there, so lucky that the nuke wasn't enough from GH. Didn't get fortunate with the rune as well, as Miracle was able to head top, grab that invis rune to stop Limp from getting the bottle refill.
Gonna go for RMN here again. A lot of stickies on FNG.
He's already used that disruption as well, so he's gonna go down to one last right click there, and RMN, he's gonna live.
Oh, no way,
Gets
RMN
away.
again.
Out he goes with the TP. And this top lane, it is scary. Now, this is definitely one of the powers of Weehart. You know, you put him in the side lane on a hero such as his Batrider, and you pair it up with someone like RMN, who, as we saw last game, having a great impact as the clock early on. It's happening here, and this duo of the two of them, it's a terrifying lane for the Morphling to farm into.
Yeah, absolutely. RMN, last game, I actually almost had him as my MVP in that game till Miracle totally popped off.
Yeah.
He was doing just God's work, really, for his team on that Clockwork. Continued to do so this game. Weehart is able to get the bottle filled up on the rune there, and they are saving the secondary one for him too, so he'll be able to heal up really well as, oh, FNG, he might be dead here.
Oh, he's got enough on his own.
Okay, he's got Limp there.
Limp's
Okay.
gonna offer a bit of safety here.
Okay. Thought perhaps maybe Miracle might make a small rotation over, but no boots. Focused on getting
This
a
could
6.
be nice for Alliance
Yeah.
if they could get this. Looking for Miracle. Can't quite find the initial toss back. Does finally get it.
He's kind of tanky. Hanskin's getting low.
Have to use the disruption to keep Hanskin safe, if anything. Miracle turns, tries to bring someone down with him, but won't be able to do so. Alliance get the clean kill in mid. Also, Nikobaby able to nuke down Weehart at the same time, so 2 core kills there for Alliance.
Wow, what happened up top? I guess Weehart maybe overplayed his hand trying to go on Nikobaby, just got turned on. Okay, they had 2 heroes up there too. That's a bit surprising to see. A great little turnaround there for Alliance. Something I feel like they did need a bit here in this early game. Nikobaby's now back, right? Now all the way up to level 5, where it was Weehart before having the lead.
See TP's in on mid as they're getting aggressive again around the tower, looking to poke at Miracle. This time Miracle's got backup. GH throws out the nukes onto FNG. He'll die for this one. And there's also Hansken was still looking for some action there, despite the fact that GH showed his hand, and RMN also has shown up. Tries for the toss combo, but it just ends up giving a kill to Miracle there. A bit of a... After we saw such a great move from Alliance around the mid, they try and do the same again, you know, sort of fool me once, you're not going to be able to fool them twice.
Nikobaby, Weehart just really keeping the pressure onto him there. 5 stacks. The TP coming out though. Weehart will have to be a little cautious. Mind control is 6. Okay, arcane boots. Bit rare to see. Must be going for just the auras then, I guess.
Now, I guess the grease rush, because you say nowadays as a Beastmaster, you're not getting the axes, so mana is really an issue.
It might be for his teammates. I think that's the biggest thing. Just being able to pump up that Drow, pump up that Skyreth and Clockwork always. Limp down to 11 HP.
Top lane, Nikobaby trying to fight back.
10 stacks.
10 stacks.
He's at the maximum.
Oh, I was going to say.
FNG will go down. One more hit. Look at Nikobaby, that looks so funny.
Just spewing fire out his backside.
1 HP with fire behind you.
Yeah.
Really playing his limits here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gonna try and go in onto Weehart, and actually nearly finds him there. Weehart with the jukes around. Nikobaby got the stick charges, still a few stacks on him. He's got the backup of Limp. Shield comes out. Nikobaby knocked into the cogs. Trying to look for RMN, but won't be able to chase this one out there, even with Limp coming in. I mean, Limp keeps him safe, but won't be able to set up for them finding a kill onto Nigma.
Yeah, he's really playing the limits on the Morphling there. It's got to be so scary to play at that low HP, but did have Limp behind him, which means mid lane opens up. We see Hanskin wants to take that experience. All right. Level 7 up onto S4 at the moment. Mind control about to hit level 7 as well. Just wanted to constantly defend this tower. He's dropping low though. These wards are really starting to add up onto him. 20 stick charges, though, ready to go if he does get committed on 2. All right, only a 1k gold lead off of these last 8 minutes for Team Nigma. Alliance doing pretty damn well. Look at these levels, too. Not so bad.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Support's all doing about the same. Weeha's the only one who's falling behind at the moment on that Bat Rider.
And this time around, Alliance starting to get a bit of pressure onto the side tier 1s. S4 with just a constant lane hold with the ward spam. Down bottom and top lane with Limp finding his new area to sort of stand his ground. Going for the Midas build up on this sort of core carry mid Abaddon.
Okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, their idea of the game really is just take it to the late stages, right? So,
yep.
That does make sense if he does want to go for that item build. I think they should try to give a solo lane to the Skywrath now at this point on Team Nigma. They want him to get that 6 pretty early on in this game because he's got 3 heroes that can work so well with him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Clockwork, Bat Rider, Beastmaster. If you have a good early level 6 on that Sky, it could be pretty nice, but they're really trying to keep this tower bottom alive as long as possible. So that also makes sense why he's down there. Heavy rotations coming down. Looks like Miracle wants to come to get involved. 5 heroes for Team Nigma.
There we go.
5 heroes for Team Alliance.
They're ready to fight on this one. The silence is out. RMN tries to get out of the cogs that he places himself, but he cannot do so. He goes down. Lasso's there. They've got the damage to kill off this Morphling. The silence will catch him, but he's out to the side. Nigma, they've got to run. Weeha's out of mana. Limp's on top of him. Will get the 4 hits in as the Bat Rider goes down. Toss forward as Limp headed over towards Mind Control. Mind Control used the rod to get out of the way. That Blade Ward does catch him with that final hit, slowing him down. As Alliance, they'll take the 3 of them there.
Bringing everybody down to the bottom lane. They really want to take out this tower early on here. Venomancer fighting around him this early on is just so damn good. They can't actually chase or do much of anything. That lasso comes out and Weeha just can't move. He's just already slowed too much. Nice rotations coming out from Alliance, and they will be able to claim that tower. So the team without the Drow Ranger in the game is going to be the first one to claim a tier 1. That would be a pretty... If I was an Alliance fan, I'd be pretty happy at the moment.
Oh yeah, this is some good tempo from a lineup that, you know, on paper could fall behind early, and it hasn't. It's just the power of having these cores outside the Morph, as you say, the S4 Veno and the Limp Abaddon. It doesn't matter that the Morph is, you know, it's sort of more geared toward the later portion of the game. You've got these heroes that allow these fights to be safe for him to turn up. He's going to have setup, he's going to have team fight control from behind him, and he's always going to have those saves to make sure that he can get involved without the risk of feeding.
Yeah, and you know, this is all about being a tempo lineup for Nigma. Is they want to be the ones to set the pace. They want to be the ones to be constantly taking those towers and objectives. But look, Alliance is reacting really well. Weeha.
Really nice movements there, straight up the wall top. They'll look to push Mind Control away from Weeha, separating the 2 of them. Demonic Purge down onto the bat. Weeha will go down. Mind Control, he's trying to hide, but Limp and Nikobaby, they're hot on the chase. Miracle will be able to kill off S4. Top lane, Mind Control, he'll pop the roar onto Limp, immediately removed by the borrowed time. Alliance just continuing to make some very nice early game rotations.
Yeah, great reactive moves and just making sure that their towers do not get taken out at all. Look at this Limp. No hesitation. TPs to mid lane, parks himself in front of it. No way that Nigma can push through to go for that tower there. Very good moves for Alliance so far in this game. 7 to 8, matching the aggression constantly. And have not had anybody really get caught out and get brought down there by the combo from that Skywrath. Will be Boots of Travel almost finished up on Weeha, but he's getting spotted again.
Silverhands can't provide the toss, he cannot. Gets the creep instead, so setup's not there. Now with the boar on hands, Kent may pay the price there for that whiffed attempt, unless FNG could do something. He's able to hold back. The Beastmaster still, the boar chases on with the axes out. Handscan goes down, but now Demonic Purge is back up. FNG just turns with the setup onto the Beastmaster.
He gets his strength
is out into the Mystic Flare, but you're right, he's already building up the HP. Limp's also there with the backup, so they cannot continue to focus down Nikobaby's Morph. They'll look towards Limp, but borrowed time's up once more. Another shield as he continues to run. Miracle will control him though with the slow of the Frost Arrows. Limp will get left behind and does go down. Miracle making his first move away from the mid lane to get involved in these side lane pushes and fight back into Alliance.
They really want to go for a tower, but look at this. S4 immediately shows up to mid. He's already starting to pressure this one too.
Dire's top tower is
Good moves. And now Miracle, he's actually alone up top trying to take out this tower.
Dire's top tower has
I guess the
fallen.
boar actually gets the last hit as its dying wish is done.
And do you like this active build-up as well from Miracle going for the very earlies at the Shadow Blade and potentially even the... Well, we'll see if he fills out the Silver Edge. I imagine not straight away, just getting that Shadow Blade for sort of ways to duck and dive in and out of the fights and to find that sort of surprise silence on heroes like the Morphling.
I definitely like it this game just because there's also limited ways to catch him. There's like a Shadow Demon Purge and then Tiny are the big ones to really get onto him. Venno, the Gale, like Venno's not really going to get that close to get a Gale on a Drow Ranger a lot of the times in the game. So yeah, I do like this one. He can play around it to be aggressive or defensive inside of the team fights pretty nicely. Here we go. Okay, so hook shot ready. Skywrath ult ready too. These two can pretty much kill anybody if they find the right opportunity.
Yeah,
Just also staying near the way.
Just sort of what the disruption and the borrowed time that could sort of put a stop to it.
They want to find the Morphling. That's why they're going for the ancient area here.
Oh. They can find him, but oh, that was quick.
He gets the Morph off anyway.
Very, very quick reaction there, building up the strength for the backup. On top of that from FNG and his disruption puts a stop to that play.
They saw the ward get put up onto the high ground. They smoked, they put the ward up, and they already had a Sentry and Obs ward play. So as soon as it gets put down, it's actually a bait play by Nikobaby.
Yeah.
That's why he went right to the edge, breaks the smoke, has the time to get that Morph off. Mid, looks like they're going to be able to find S4 here maybe. Lasso back.
Yeah, trying to hold him down to stop him getting the spells up, but won't kill him in time, so he still gets the Nova out onto Weehaw.
They want more.
Silence out onto the Tiny, extra TP coming in on mid from Lim. He's going to be there to keep Hanskin safe. Hanskin getting knocked back down into the river. Still kind of hard for GH and the rest of them to push into Alliance any further as GH now out of mana. 10 to 10, 15 minutes in, less than 1k in it. We had an excellently close opening in game 1. We're getting it again here in game 2.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is a pretty big Drow Ranger, level 13. Again, Miracle getting all the space from his team. Midas is finished up for the Abaddon, so it's going to take him some time to really ramp up and be a strong force in this game. It could hurt them a bit, but if they make it to the later stages, it definitely will pay off.
Yeah, and I think definitely the fact that Alliance have got this draft against Nigma that they could have maybe fallen behind at this 15-minute mark. The fact that it stayed even, you get away with that greed on the Abaddon. This is it's a good move from Lim.
Yep.
Because they were never behind. They've kept the game close.
Definitely agree. Looking to try to go for mid here, but
quick setup onto the disruptor.
Oh, I thought he pushed up onto the high
Shadow
ground.
Demon takes it out for G. We'll see if they can maybe still find more, though. They get the lasso out onto S4. It's not going to be enough to do anything as S4 immediately saved by Limp with that aphotic shield.
that looked scary for a second, the way he got pushed so far up, but does have the Abaddon to bail him out of that precarious situation. Looks like they have to go back away, though. They have to deal with some lanes now. Top being pushed in quite heavily. Bottom also starting to have a lot of farm for them, so they're going to break away. I think maybe it's time for them to give up this mid tower finally. But nope, they're bringing Shadow Demon in anyway. So going to defend his 3 while the other 2 farm up on the side lanes.
Let's see if the Lions can push them off here. Miracle.
Dire's structures.
No way.
Siege in this tower. Top lane, we are poking at Nikobaby on his own.
What the?
Hello?
That was a bit crazy.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean,
That was crazy.
yeah.
Iron Man walks up. He does have hookshot defensive. He has wand charges too.
Maybe he thought his team was behind him, but they're, you know, just very behind him. They were all the way back on mid.
I don't know. FNG walks up, gets gusted. The roar does come out. Do they have follow-up, though? Miracle is going to throw out his multi-shot there. As far as
he's
a bit
coming
low.
back in.
Okay, maybe this was the plan.
This
He
was
wanted
the
to scare
plan.
them.
This was the plan. Die top, come back in with the bots mid.
Well, Iron Man dies, and now, now we hide.
And then maybe feed again. Oh, no.
Not the plan.
Maybe it's the long con, you know? You feed once top, you feed mid.
And look at Hanskin with the Blink Dagger finished up. He also finds Mind Control.
Okay.
All right, big kills for Alliance now in the gold lead. And, I mean, we are just back-to-back dying in very weird ways.
Yes.
I mean, the top one was...
Don't try this at home, kids.
I mean, the top one is very strange because he just dove under 2-2 by himself. The mid one, understandable death because he's trying to get aggressive with his team. Hanskin looks like he'll be found out trying to go for a deep dive. But yeah, Weehaw definitely hurting his team quite a bit there in those last few moments. And Alliance capitalizing heavily.
Yeah, and they need Weehaw to be strong, right? Because I guess him and the clock, they're the ones charging in on the front.
And he's dead again.
Wait, that was Weehaw.
That was Weehaw.
I didn't even know he was back in the game. Oh. All right. Now Weehaw sort of come in and he said, you know, he sort of last year, he's like, hey, Pi, hold my beer. You know, I got, when it comes to dying, I mean,
he actually just died. He died on respawn, pretty much.
I think he died before he respawned.
Oh, man, that was... All right, well, that happened.
Yeah.
Poor Weehaw is probably feeling pretty bad right now in those last few moments.
Yeah, because that's a lot of kills as well that Nikobaby's getting involved in. You know, Nikobaby's having a brilliant time on this morph. These fights, he's been involved in a lot of action very early as a Morphling.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to get his E-Blade if he chooses to go for that pretty early on. I know he has the Manta already finished, so he already has a way to play around the silence that was supposed to be a problem for him in a lot of the game. He doesn't even have to worry about the you know, they picked Skywrath because he has that silence built in. They have Drow also because that silence. Now Morphling already has Manta, 19 minutes in. 18 minutes in even.
That's quick.
And he's going for a Scotty next, so more tankability. Yeah, that's real concerning for Nigma for these next few moments. Alliance now going to find another target mind control. Things are starting to fall apart a bit here for Nigma. Yeah. Alliance all around the Roche pit too for this.
And they can send them to try and poke at this. 35 seconds, no Beastmaster.
Is under attack.
This one's going to start working away at it. They've got the Illusion Rune as well. I mean, they've got ways to snipe this. RMN could get in with a good hook shot. And it's not particularly a super quick Roche, so timings are there for Nigma to make a surprise move.
Long wraparound for Miracle looking for the supports. He'll be able to find FNG pretty quick here.
But the save's going to be there with the shield.
And there's Hanskin's right there. Miracle's just dead.
He's going to go down, or is he? He is. Nikobaby turns into the form of the Drow Ranger, uses the multi-shot against him. They're starting to crumble here, Nigma, big time.
I think the game may have just completely fallen out of control for them.
This morph's getting ahead.
I think they had to be in a position where they were just way further. They weren't even ahead at all in this game. They had to be ahead in this game with their draft. And it just hasn't happened. Alliance are in just such a good favor to win this game now. 4K gold lead with an Aegis on a Morphling versus a tempo-based lineup where they just did fine throughout the entire early game. Nigma really falling apart here. Everyone's starting to just die all over.
Yeah, Nikobaby is just in. Yeah, godlike 21 minutes in. You give this man this sort of a start, and he's just going to ride the wave quite literally here as this morph. 9-1-4. Nikobaby really in the zone. We saw in that first game, you know, as hard as it was in a game where Miracle's Arc Corner was so far ahead, even in that game, you know, Nikobaby was getting so much done with the momentum he was building up on the clinks. This time around, he's getting that momentum and he's in the top spot. There isn't that carry that's, you know, sort of silently farming elsewhere, staying a few thousands and thousands of gold ahead of him. He's in that lead position now.
He has another full big item here coming out. He shows his face down bottom, but shows his face just to give Nikobaby another kill, I guess, as him tried to get a kill, but unable to. Now Weehaw also, or GH also might be in some trouble. Hanskin, he's got the blink available in a second. And now RMN, he's got haste.
Oh. This is very speedy. And he will live, but definitely they've lost complete control here, Nigma.
Yeah, they drafted themselves a draft that kind of wants to play with very little mistakes, and I feel like they've made so many mistakes with this tempo draft. Like Alliance is in, it's a 6K gold lead, but it's going to start feeling way more in the next few moments. You have to imagine they're just going to start running away with this game. Yeah. Absolutely terrifying right now.
Tower is under attack.
Starting to take over the triangle of Team Nigma. And just overall able to play a lot more aggressively because of how farmed Nikobaby is. Scotty finished on top. He's got a lot of defensive aspects coming up from behind him, from the Shadow Demon, from the Abaddon. And now it's all about just throw everything onto Nikobaby. Like, Limp doesn't even have to go for any type of other scaling stuff anymore. He can just go like his Lotus Orbs and anything to just make sure Nikobaby survives. Lotus, Lincolns, whatever his preference is to be.
Just aggressively getting onto Nigma's half of the map. setting up for this tier 2 down bottom.
Dire's top tower is under
Still
attack.
being able to play with this Aegis, and for as long as that Aegis is in the game, very hard for Nigma really to fight into that Aegis. They've got to sort of let it be and look elsewhere, try and just find farm themselves, get Miracle, at least keep him in a position where he may be able to sort of sit on the high ground and fire back with a multi-shot, but it's not going to be easy. Any time that Nikobaby sees an opportunity to just zip straight in, get on top of the Drow, it's going to be hard for Miracle to hold. Here we have it, Miracle. Shadowblade will break him away from that advance of Nikobaby.
Quick little Manta, able to get away very easily. Tower getting brought down pretty quickly here, and Nikobaby's actually just going in.
He is. Goes straight away for it.
I mean, he's getting pulled pretty far now.
This is close to the fountain. In fact, he's touching it. Does have that HP.
Oh, he's
still
Miracle
a
though.
lot of HP. Turns over towards Miracle. Miracle is dead. There's already been one buyback. That's 2 buybacks that Nigma's having to use, and they still weren't able to kill Nikobaby the once. He's still got that second line. Turning back towards our end. Miracle, he's brought back for this. The silence will catch them all, but Miracle, he's falling low. Hatsket and the ball beating into him as a dieback from Miracle's Drow. As Nikobaby just playing right towards the fountain, goes in onto GH, loses his first life, but he doesn't care. Aegis was probably going to expire anyway pretty soon. That's 2 diebacks from Nigma. Nikobaby just destroying them in front of the fountain. Triple kill for him. I mean, they've still got tier 2s in 2 lanes, so they're probably going to play on. But this game has just, it's crumbled.
They're going to end it.
It's crumbled.
I think they can just go for the tier 4s here. There's 45 seconds, no Drow. No way that Nigma can try to have any time here to come back. And that's it. You'd imagine it would be the other way around at 25 minutes with a Drow Beastmaster lineup, but...
You said, hey, this game finished in 25 minutes. Here are the 2 Drows who did it.
Yeah.
You're not pointing at the Morph lineup, but the way Alliance played it, and of course, as we said, sort of the mismoves from Nigma, it did hurt them. They kept it even early on, Nigma. It wasn't good enough. Being even against this Morph lineup,